Welcome to Hashtime with Nabgozi Chiwanuka. This is a place where we help you unravel social constructs, discuss self-development in line with mental health, emotional well-being, and everything in between that directly or indirectly affects us in the millennial world around us. If you're hearing my voice for the first time and are the kind of person who is not scared of being a better version of yourself, even if it requires you to contradict who you were 24 hours ago, consider this your virtual home. I am your host, Nabgozi Chiwanuka, a lawyer, founder, team lead of Equate Foundation, an addict and lover of insightful conversations, and a professional unraveler of social constructs. For this season's first dialogue, we have the phenomenal Rebecca Nanjego. She is a multi-passionate entrepreneur on a mission to help women become the best version of themselves mentally and physically, and this has been manifested in the content she creates. Nanjego's social platforms have a magnetic effect that leaves you looking forward to what her creative mind will come up with next. In this conversation, she walks us through her childhood experiences, how she figured out what aligns with her spirit, and a lot more about what you may never have imagined. So let's get into it. Rebecca, thank you so much for being a part of Hashtag with Nabgozi Chiwanuka.
Pleasure. I'm excited to be here.
I was actually scared of inviting you. I was like, hey, that's like overreaching.
What? Why?
But I told you the last time I saw you, like, this is someone that I've been admiring on social media for a very long time, and now they're coming on my podcast.
Thank you so much.
And without hesitation, because when I was like, hey, can you, I'm like, yeah, which day? I was like, okay. I expected a no. I had to explain myself.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for saying yes.
You're welcome. Honestly, I just have to pay it forward. Like, I am so average. Like, I keep telling people, I am such an average person.
Yeah.
But I've been given opportunities. Of course, I've tried in so many ways to pave my own way. But people have helped me a lot along the way.
Yeah.
People have given me their time. They've given me their stories. And that's how I've been able to become who I am today. So if usually anyone asks me for something, I'm like, yeah, I have to pay it forward. What do you mean? What do you mean? Yes.
Well, it's not all the time that most people look back. That Rebecca Nanjego that we know, or most people know. I'm talking about the people in the digital space, people that don't really know you. We know you for three things: content creation, constant content creation, the person that doesn't rest, challenges you all the time, digital marketing, and the person that makes those pictures. Aye. It's like, you're bored, let me go and have Instagram page and like, wait, and marvel at this person. Help us understand who Rebecca Nanjego is.
Oh. That's a tough question, actually.
Yeah.
That's a tough question, but I am a deeply creative person. I enjoy spending time alone.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's the best for me because it's therapeutic. I enjoy creating because it's, I think, a form of therapy for me. I'm just like, okay, let's see what could happen. Let's see. And you're like, what? This is what happened?
Oh, you also get marveled by your own work.
Yeah,
okay.
Sometimes
Yeah.
Like, how did that, how did that come to play?
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a homebody. I rarely leave this house. I think because I'm like energetic, I'm very affected by energies and places that I am, and people I'm around. And I know that because I enjoy creating, I have to guard myself and my energy. I have to rest enough. I have to stay true to my routines, because it's what gives me life. How do I explain it? Is it, maybe you have something, everyone has something that another person can do and feel tired. But for you, it's just like, it's giving me energy. It's giving me energy. And that thing is very important. Like, it's almost like a spiritual practice for me. So yeah, that's who I am. the older I grow, I become more introverted, which is funny.
The older you grow,
yes,
you become more introverted. It's
but
quite early.
Yeah.
You're going to withdraw from the world. Are you going to withdraw from the world by 40?
God, it surprises me so much because I used to be like an extreme extrovert, like completely 100% extrovert.
Yeah.
But now I'm like an ambivert. It's so funny. It's so funny. So yeah.
Do you think it was just your making, or were you conditioned by society at that moment? Because there is this system that we're built around that mostly accepts extroverts as opposed to introverts. Like for us, you see, the Ganda don't even have a particular word for an introvert. They say, oh, you're Watima. Like it's a negative thing, because I think they believe we all have to be social and things like that. So
That's interesting. That's very interesting, actually. Never thought about it like that. I like the fact that you've brought that up. Like culture actually doesn't have, our culture doesn't have like a word for an introvert, because maybe you're considered timid.
Muntu w'abantu, for the extroverts.
Yeah, for the extroverts, yeah. But for me, actually, I don't think so. I think that from the time I was a kid, I was just, on the run, speaking. I remember my dad always told me, keep quiet, I'm speaking to an adult. Then after 2 minutes, I'll be back and hear the same thing. I'm speaking to an adult. Yeah, so I've always been that, outspoken. Up to today, like I can enter a room, I don't know anybody, but I will speak to everybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, hi, how are you? Have a deep conversation with them. I won't shy away. Like, I don't have that shyness around people. But I think growing older has brought, I think you have more conversations within.
Yeah.
And you appreciate quality over quantity.
Right.
So even my conversations, I want them to be quality conversations. So for you to do anything that's of quality, you need time alone. To fill yourself with that quality, to do some rituals, because if you're always out there having conversations, then you're overspent. So I don't know if it's an energy thing of like you grow older and you have less energy or it's a quality thing, but that's how it has been for me.
Yeah. And what was Rebecca Nanjego like at the age of maybe 6 to 8?
That's a tough question, because if I tell you something, my friends are going to say I'm lying. Because they know me and they know that my memory doesn't work like that.
Oh yeah.
I don't have memories, but because I think my childhood was very difficult, and it's usually a trauma response. I've read about it. Where your brain just forgets so many things. So I know that I won't be telling you the truth when I say that it's at that specific age. But I know that my childhood, I was extroverted, playful. I still am.
You still are.
I am extremely playful. Extremely. Someone once described me as a 60-year-old and a 6-year-old at once.
All in one person.
Yes, at once. Like it can even happen in a minute. You'll experience 2 of those people at once. Yeah. So I think that was the best description of someone that somebody has ever given to me. But as a child, I was extremely playful. I was the type of person who my parents always handed me over for trouble. Like when you grow
up. You over how?
Guys, like we grew up in Alia, but it was rural. So it was those rural communities. It was rural. And people had plantations and things like that, and mangoes and stuff. So in every household there was like a stubborn kid. I was that kid, and would team up with other stubborn kids during playtime. Okay, so would go and harass people's fene trees, jambula trees, whatever, all over. So parents speak within themselves and said, would you know? My parents would be like, of course in this house it is this one. Wow. In the neighborhood I would play a lot. Like my friends knew when my parents were coming, like, they're coming, and then you run. I was the type of person, extremely playful, extremely talkative. Yeah, and then I like to use my hands to create. So art, draw, make earrings, make what?
Yeah. As an artist.
Yeah, definitely.
What did you want to be while growing up?
I didn't know what I wanted to be while I was growing up, actually. I remember thinking I want to be either a DJ or a dancer.
Whoa.
But that was after now I could actually say it, because it took me long to say it. I would always say lawyer, because I'm like, okay, that's more artsy, like it's not science and stuff like that. I always came up with something to try and fit. I'll just say, okay, lawyer, but I didn't believe it. So one time, like, my parents sat me down and I said, you know what, the truth is you guys want to be a DJ or a dancer.
Wow.
That's it. My dad looked at me. My dad looked at me like, remember my stepmom pulled me away.
Goodness.
And told me, like, she affirmed me, and she said, you know what, it actually doesn't matter whether you want to be a DJ or a dancer.
She
it's
affirmed
okay.
you.
She affirmed me at that time. That's one of my most pleasant memories of her.
Yeah.
Because as a kid you need that, that you're not crazy. And in school I was winning like best dancer at Hillside. Like I was winning like 3 years in a row. I was like really great at dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was even like a sporty kid. I don't know what happened. Like I would play javelin, anything that required me to be like outdoors, dance. That was me. Sing. For all the schools I've gone to, I am known for being on stage. You know, like even though I was there for a term, I performed.
Wow.
I was that type of person. That's why I want to be a dancer.
How long did this dream last?
It lasted until uni for the part of this of a DJ. Yeah. So I think first year we had internship as in Mokono, UCU. For so I think we had internship first year and second year still. And I went to Hot 100. I actually got the job. I went and said, guys, I want to be an intern, and they said, okay, you can be an intern.
Yeah.
And what I saw, first of all, I really tried to be on radio, but I think my voice is so tiny and I speak slowly. I listen to that now when I'm recording my own podcast. I'm like, why do I speak so slowly? Now you see, now I'm speaking. Yeah. But me in my head, I'm speaking normally. But when you go back and listen to this, you're going to be like, why is she slow?
No, you're not slow, because at least you're having the conversation and I can tell.
Okay, maybe. But when I'm speaking alone, I am really slow. I don't know why. So this guy said, no, I can't. And it's so funny because we're recording at my house and his house is right there, right now. Like, I know him now. He gave me the opportunity, but he said, no, you can't be on radio because like your voice just doesn't work for radio. I was like, okay, that's a bummer. I didn't feel like I needed to push more because of what I saw in the industry. Those guys were broke. They were broke. I just knew.
That's not your call.
Yeah, I was like, no, I think I was confused.
I mean, we go to school to make money.
Yeah. All these years of education. This. No.
Oh my goodness.
Like would sit and like the director, the owner of the station would tell guys, the presenters, stop using my name to get free drinks. And the guy's like, but you don't pay us enough, but people expect we have money. And I was like, what? These guys believing are lying and they are broke. Nope. I just say, so that's where my dream for being a presenter or whatever ended. Yeah.
And what did you shift to in that moment? How was it like for you to transition from something that you wanted for some time and then like no, and when dealing with brokenness?
Actually, didn't know what I wanted to do
after that,
because I was like, okay, maybe I reclaim the life my dad had as a banker. And so again, God is just so like, the Lord is our shepherd, guys. It's true. We are like sheep, and he's like out there just shepherding us. My next internship was Bank of Uganda. My dad worked there all his years.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm like, okay, let's try this out. Let's try this out. I can be a banker, maybe. I like it. The part that I loved was studying. I actually really love to study. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I like the fact that they were teaching us about policies, like how the bank works, because that was it. We didn't really do much. It was a month of just studying to make you understand how the central bank works.
Yeah.
How they come up with, I've forgotten how it's called, it's been so many years, that monthly rate, that monthly thing they come up, central biz, I'm going to butcher this, and let's just keep quiet. But they announce something monthly.
Yeah.
The thing is the inflation and whatever. I just remember feeling like, wow. But then, I just left knowing I don't work there.
It just didn't align with your spirit?
It didn't align with my spirit because I already felt old or dead as a human being inside. It didn't light me up because people strolled in at 9, then we had lunch is 2 hours, so we start at midday until 2. You're just there. Some people are sleeping. There's always tea in the corridors. Then you can start leaving at about 4 and you go.
Yeah.
I think I just can't work for any government entity because there's no fastness. There is no you, and being in a culture like that, you are actually going to be like that. There's the odds of you becoming a person who thinks outside the box, all of those are not there.
Yeah.
So I left and I was like, also this one doesn't align with me. Went back to uni, graduated, and because I started selling clothes while at uni.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I needed to get by. The money from home was not enough.
How did you come to think of that?
I always liked style. Like I like to dress up. I love to shop. But my dad really retired early. He had us. I'm his firstborn, and he had me in his 40s.
Yeah.
And he retired at 55.
Boy.
So he had maybe 12, 13 years, 14 years before retiring when he had me. So he retired when I was in, I think maybe S2. That's when he retired. And you're used to a soft life, and that's not there anymore. But the thing that has, even today, is my biggest flex, biggest defense mechanism is my clothing. It's my clothing. Style is deeply personal for me because of that. Because I knew all I needed to do to show up like everything at home is okay is dress well.
Oh.
Nobody knows what's in your suitcase. Nobody knows that your parents gave you 20K. You get as pocket money. Nobody knows that you've been at home and eating rice and beans on Sunday and posho and beans the other week. Nobody knows that shit. And there's no way you can explain. Like you're in a school where there's people who are worse than you, and then there are people who are doing so much better. Like they have all these things. And then I was from a school that was really good. I already had my cred. I already had my street cred. I didn't see this thing of my dad retiring and our lives crashing. I didn't see that as a kid. Me, I already had my persona. I was already used. I was a teenager then. I was in S2 of all things.
Well, that's a prime age.
It's a prime age, yo. So I started going to markets. There was one there in Chihuatule. You get them, before you know it, you're like, okay, there's this one, we know. And I always knew that I couldn't buy Chinese things, like quality, fabric, all those things really matter to me.
You already knew?
I already knew that. But I think because my parents...
I didn't know anything about China. What at that age?
It's so funny. I think it's because of the things my dad had gotten us accustomed to. You just touch this and it's not that one. No. To get authentic things at a price that is reasonable, of if they're going to give you 20K, in 5K you'll be able to get a sweater.
Yeah.
My friend, you have to go to the market to get that sweater that's different, that is still high quality, that's... So up to today, style is my biggest defense mechanism. Like, I will come, I don't drive. I use bikes. I'll enter a room. I have 5K in my pocket, and I've come on a border. But please, people are not going to think they can't mess with me. Just think, they can't mess with me. So yeah, so naturally, I got into, that's the time when like fashion blogging was coming on the scene. By the time like we graduated, I started to watch E a lot and realized, I'm like, okay, so I'm going to do this style thing. And I started, because I already was shopping. My friends were working, I wasn't working yet.
Yeah.
So I'd buy clothes for them for work from the market, give. I was making money for me.
Straight out of campus.
I was making money in business. I was staying with my parents. Anyway, I always had money. But then there was this place that I interned in when I was in Essex Park.
Mm-hmm.
I always liked working, but I think you love working because you know your circumstances at home.
Oh,
yeah.
You are supposed to survive.
You're supposed to survive. Like, you can't go and all the time ask for deal. All the time ask for, like, no, we're at home, just stay without deal. You understand? But then you have to see your friends. Like, you don't understand. When I learned I could make money, it's like a light was like shone in. I could make money and make my dreams come true. You're joking. I started in Essex. I was working.
Wow.
Yeah, so this guy who became my boss then looked at me and called me and said, I say you're finished uni, are you working? I said, no, but I'm good. I'm doing makeup business, I'm good. I wasn't even looking for jobs, I'm telling you. He says, okay, there's like a position, someone is leaving. Come and see if you like it. I said, I know you guys, you don't pay well. I remember also their pay when I was in it. I think that when you come late, they remove your lunch.
Hey.
I just knew I didn't like suffering. I was like, I'll sell my clothes until I get that job that is for me.
Yeah. You get, wow.
So the guy said, no, come and try it out for 2 weeks. If you like it, it's okay. This person's coming back after 2 weeks anyway. If you don't, that's the only way he got to me. I was like, 2 weeks? Okay, I could do that.
Yeah.
Oh my God. When I got into the world of advertising, that was it.
Oh, it was an ad position.
Yeah, it was like casting, people, because I really love people. I love conversations. Everything, like my whole life was, I love my job so much that I would go to work on Sunday and just sit on my desk and do things. Yeah.
Without being called in?
No. I was supposed to work Monday to Friday, but I loved what I did so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I worked there for 5 years. Yeah, and left.
And because I was going to ask you how you got into the space of digital advertising, I mean, those particular ads of Jamson, is it called Jamson or Jamason? I keep hearing people calling it names.
Honestly, even me, it like plays me, because I even asked in the briefing and they said it's called Jamson. But you know what thing it does? It's because Rihanna in her song says, "Oh, let the Jamason sinking."
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, she says that word?
Yeah.
I didn't know it was that. I didn't know. What have I been singing? Oh, wait, I did.
Yeah.
Oh.
So that's where the confusion comes from.
I don't
let the Jamason sinking. Drink to that. Yeah.
I just know, yeah. I just know, yeah. I don't know, what was I saying before?
Yeah, so we were like, okay, probably it's Jamason, but the thing is also when you're singing, you're not really saying the thing how, or maybe it's even how that's just how she pronounced it, but it's actually Jamson. Yeah. So I also interchanged them.
Because I remember someone commented, I think I shared a post of yours, and someone commented, and a Muslim commented, she's like, I don't drink alcohol, but this chicken make you want to take this drink.
She actually reached out to me and told me
that.
She
did?
Yeah. She's like, no. If I wasn't a Muslim, I would. Like, even in person, like when we were at the podcast day thing, she told me, she came and said, I am the one. It's only because I'm a Muslim, I'd be drinking that thing.
Because now, I don't think you I don't know, you could explain this to us, because we understand adverts to, you know, you have a crew that comes, the cameras are in different directions for them to capture something. How do you go about this on your own?
First of all, I'll have to give a lot of credit to advertising, working in advertising for 5 years, for sure. But then, guys, you're most creative when you have nothing.
When you have nothing.
You are your best when you are striving to survive. Your brain works different. Okay? So now, when you have all these people thinking for you, there's a producer, there's a camera person, there's
Yeah.
Like you have all these people to discuss with. Your brain is at ease, in a way. So I feel like, for me at least, I feel like this should be okay. But now, for me, I only have my phone.
Yeah.
Only have my phone, which I saved up for. And I'm one of those people who buy like iPhones whenever they come out. No, because this one cost me 3.5 million of my money.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it, like I use my old phone until it's done. But I'm a content creator. Thank God I've started monetizing, so now I can like have budgets to plan for things like that. Even though it's not like stable, you don't have money coming in all the time, right? So if I have my phone,
Yeah.
and I know people are not going to like my picture based on the quality, because it's like whatever, and I don't have a location, because getting in locations in Kampala is so hard. It's so hard. People don't allow you to take pictures. People don't understand. There's all this stuff. The only thing I have is this wall. I have this wall. I have the sky.
You need to start paying rent for it. It's like
I
you're overusing.
I pay rent. What do you mean? It's my wall.
Like there's your home,
Yeah.
but now you're like, you know what? You've done so much for me. You need.
I have the wall of my home, and then I have the sky, which everybody has. Like what do I have that I can work with? Trust me. When you have only one wall, you look for 50 ways to use that wall. Okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's in the props. It's in my movements. It's in how. Maybe sometimes I put up a bed sheet. But because I have to think outside the box, because I know I don't have access to all these beautiful locations that the people I look up to have. I don't have that. Yeah.
Thrift shop. There was a moment when we had the membership. I actually got to know the thrift shop first, and then found membership. How did I land on membership? Via Facebook, because it could never have been Facebook. Rather, it could never be Instagram. For me, Instagram, just learning things about it. We had you talking about your love for fashion from the age of...
From the time I was a kid. That one I know.
From the time you were a kid? Not just 14?
No, from the time I was a kid. I love to dress up.
Yeah?
I love to dress up. Those things are going to church. You think I'd be normal? What? Yeah. Style has always been.
Well, for me, what mom brought, I don't think I even cared.
I wouldn't wear it. Just bring. What do you mean you just bring? Are you crazy?
She always had to think for me. I don't even think I had the choice, because she's already here. I'll just have to wear it.
Don't have to.
How does someone get into your space of thrifting? That is your customer. Because before we had the membership, there was a link for people to join, and now the membership closed.
Yeah. So you just type thrift shop UG on Instagram. I'll be
Thrift
there.
shop UG.
Yeah, that's where it is.
Instagram mostly.
It's also on Facebook, where for some reason Facebook has just never worked for me. My clothes go there, but in a year I'll get like 2 orders. Actually, not orders, inquiries. Yeah, so it's mostly active on Instagram. The things also go on Facebook, but like I don't know, most of our people on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
that's
so-
where fashion is, mostly pictures and...
Yeah. So
Yeah.
thrift shop UG. So if you are a type of person that likes solid colors, yeah.
solid colors. Someone
Yeah.
has to understand that language.
Okay. So you like solids, like you see this top. Okay, they can't see. They can.
Black.
Yeah, like colors, like plain colors. Yeah, like minimal prints. I'm the type of person like that's what we stock.
Yeah.
For a minimalist, for someone who likes clean style, whose style is classic, you
Yeah,
know, something
yeah,
that's
yeah.
timeless. You'll wear it today, wear it next, even when you are 20 years from now, it can still have a place in your closet. For that type of person, you'll definitely love the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I asked you that question because personally, maybe I didn't follow up after I saw the notice membership is closed. I was like, no, I was planning to pay. So I feel like there are people like me who could have gotten the notice but didn't know how best to move forward.
Right.
Yeah. Because I don't know, did you ever notify us?
I sent
Or
out
maybe-
an email and for the members and then put up.
I don't think I got the email.
Really.
Or maybe I saw from the email. I don't know where I saw it from.
But then I also put up a notice on IG and on my status because most of the members really have my number.
Yeah.
And I said, you know what, we are discontinuing the membership. Yes. But the thing is, if I can still send you clothes, but like it won't be at the same rate of like I'm sending you 100, like pick 3 at 100K.
Yeah,
You'd have to pay
yeah.
for every individual piece. So I really am passionate about affordable clothing because I told you in this interview earlier how style has saved me, continues to save me. Right? So I understand the power of dressing well. I understand that. I want that to be accessible to everyone. So my prices really range between 15 to 45K. That's it. There's nothing pricier than 45K.
So when you came up with this idea of thrift shop, you've talked about the bit of it helping you to survive, but you also talked about that moment when you were like, I don't have to look like my problems. Did you have that in mind for your customers as well? Affordable
Completely. For me, thrift shop helps me continue to pay tribute to that girl. Yeah. It helps me continue to pay tribute to that girl. That's why it's something I've done for a very long time.
Yeah.
I don't think there were like online shops that were proudly selling second-hand clothes until me in this country. People.
How long have you been in it? I just came to find out about thrift shop maybe, I don't know, last year.
Because I started actively posting maybe in 2017 where I'm like, and I made it look like legit. It's second-hand clothing and I said it's sourced from like proudly. Because it was still something that was shunned upon, but I knew it had helped me.
Yeah.
So it's after I started, that's why so many people know the thrift shop. After I started, that's when so many other but people, because
There are more thrift shops?
oh my god, there's so many. People keep saying like,
Do they have that word thrift shop?
Yeah, some
Meanwhile, I thought it was a word that you came up with.
no.
Until I got, where did I go? I was like, wait, this is a general word?
Yeah, it means pre-loved, really, pre-worn, not new.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know. I think it must have been after watching a certain lady being interviewed, and she was talking about her past, talking about her aunt, how she loved thrifting, and I was like, wait, this is an international word? I thought it was your word.
I love you, Anne. I love you. It's funny. Yeah, so that's at the core of my shop. It's at the core for that. So just helping women dress well. That's why I even try and really educate, because I understand so many people have full closets but they don't show up correct. Imagine spending your money to look confused.
Oh my goodness, look at yourself. Oh no. What?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're actually paying money to look bad. Why? Okay.
Why?
Why?
That's how you're looking at me.
I don't get that, because the truth is, yeah, what's in your brain matters. Like, I remember me and my dude, like when I met him, I really didn't like his style. One of the reasons why I gave him such a hard time was like, this dude can't be my dude, because like, how am I going to stand next to him when it's this disorganized? He didn't also understand the concept of style. But now, what?
Man, I ran away from some guy. He looked like a dummy for me.
Yeah.
Like, calm down. Calm down. Why do I find you like this?
For him, it's not like too much.
Meanwhile, yeah, I'll come in my truck pants, a t-shirt.
Yeah.
I'm finding you with a bow tie. Why? Why?
Opposites attract.
No, it failed for me. Like, it couldn't align with myself. Like, what is wrong with this guy?
Yeah.
Calm down. For me, it failed. And then another time, like for him, he was always looking for fashion. One time he came with his pants flipped.
Yeah, it's just something he loves, like how you love it.
Meanwhile, it was not yet common at that time. He was like, yeah, this is new. I'm like, put your pants down.
Oh my God, style is expression.
Now for me, I'm a little traditional. You know, I think because I mostly keep with my mom, and the things she frowns upon, I end up frowning upon them. Friend, I give you credit for giving me my damaged pants, my first pair.
Yeah.
And so far the only one. I'll need more.
I love it.
I'll need more. I tried, I was scared. Actually, even when I wore them, she didn't notice. I had to first, they're like, hey, check. She's like,
yeah.
But now I think she's getting normal to her.
Yeah, and it's your responsibility.
I wear them and she doesn't even see. But before them, she'd be like, why would someone buy torn clothes?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's your responsibility because she's from a different time. But now she's like, but now if your child, if someone in your house does it, then they make it a bit normal.
Yeah.
So I was telling you, so my dude told me how he never saw style like that, because he thought the only thing that mattered was what was in his brain.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that's interesting, because I also think what's in my brain matters, but I just know that before I speak, someone is sizing me up.
That's right.
Right? I need to walk. You're impressed by what you see. You think I'm a serious person. I know what I'm doing. And then when I speak, you're even more impressed. You understand? But then I don't want to appear frumpy, and nobody actually wants to speak to me. They're actually not going to know what's in my brain.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
People see you before they hear you in normal life. So your appearance really, really should matter. It should communicate what you are as a person inside.
Yeah.
Yeah. And style is very expressive, really. It's very expressive. Our clothes, our choices of what we wear really speak a lot about who we are as a human being.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, even when you say, like, your style is very conservative but you see why you've given us a reason. You've told us something about you.
Yeah.
Right? But just how you dress, and later now when you say you're my mom and this is it makes sense.
I actually just thought about it when we're talking.
Yeah.
Like, wait, this could be the reason. So you've taken us through the journey of your styling, your digital marketing side of life. When you're going through all these phases of life or venturing into these different fields to figure out what really works for you, what did your mental health look like?
Oh my God. Mental health. I love this question. I love mental health. I love everything. Self-care. Anyway, life didn't start for me, really, until I healed a certain big trauma in my life. I don't think I was ever living. I think I was surviving. Right? So I've always been a person that wants to know more. I've always been described as somebody who is older than my age.
Yeah.
But I had a very rough childhood growing up, which maybe contributes to the type of person that I became older than my age, because I was dealing with things that I wasn't supposed to deal with at a young age. So I had a lot of built up anger. I don't even know how to make you understand it, Anne-Marie. I was angry. I was an angry child, to a point that when we're leaving S6, you know, the last conversation you have as a class and what? You
As
guys
a class?
You guys didn't have that? Oh my God! Like
As a class?
Yeah.
Like what happens?
Like you're sitting in a class and someone says, "Okay, guys, so this is our last of our what?"
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
And
experience
who has something to say? So it's my class.
Oh, I didn't
That's my
experience
stream.
that.
Who started speaking? Trust me, this guy stood up, and he actually gunned at me. He was like, all these 2 years, I've just never understood that girl. He mentioned my name. Of course, I was shocked. And he's speaking about how I'm always angry.
Yeah.
Just this person that nobody can just come and speak to. Like it was always a defense mechanism. Like my toughness, because I'm not a tough person. I'm really, really soft. It's really soft and sweet. But that has always been my defense mechanism. But because I was carrying a lot of anger, that guy stood up and actually spoke for a long time about me. I've never understood her.
A classmate.
A classmate. And it's really like those weird guys who, I don't know, just never speak. Never speak. They're always into their books. They just, I don't know. I probably had like 2 conversations with him in 2 years. Not even actual conversation. But for some reason, that guy saw me in, he saw my brokenness. Of course, he didn't communicate it like that, but I was a very complex human being for him.
Yeah.
And his last words was to convey that in our class. I knew like, no, something was off there. Something was off. But then I didn't have a memory of experiencing familial love. Like being accepted by my family and being loved. I didn't have that experience. I didn't know what that was. And I didn't think I was missing it.
Yeah.
Until I lived for Essex back, I was really done with just staying home because of the circumstances. And I called up my cousin and I said she was pregnant. I said, I could come and help you. I'm in Essex back. I could come and help you. And I told her, anyway, the truth is I can't live here anymore. My stepmom was not the kindest person. Yeah, so I said, I don't think. She said, okay, I'll speak to your dad. And my dad was like, yeah, happy, take her, whatever. And that was the first time in my life I felt loved by a family member. This was Essex back, loved.
That's like 18 years of age.
Yes, I was 18. And I was treated the same, like we were sitting and you eat the same food. Not that at my home you couldn't eat the same food. But like my stepmom had her kids.
Yeah.
And me and my sister came from a different mom who left us. And there was always that thing of, you guys are not the ones. Like, yeah, even in the
You
pocket
don't belong
money,
here.
you don't belong. Yeah, I never belonged. So, in this place, I belonged.
Oh my goodness.
I belonged. I remember Christmas, because I never had a Christmas present. What? Christmas? There was never a Christmas tree. What do you mean? I never had a Christmas present.
Never in your life.
Never in my life. And then they give me the same money they give the kids. Because I said I can come and help. In my head, really, I'm thinking I'm coming like a maid. Who is coming from a family that's those cousins of yours that don't do so well, and you go to a cousin that does well. Really, you're going to go and do housework. It's the truth.
Yeah.
So even when I was offering myself there, I knew
You knew what you were going for.
I knew that's what I wanted to do. So for me, it wasn't even for money. It was for peace of mind.
Getting out of the system.
Getting out of the system. So I go, and I remember Christmas. They gave us all 100K, which was big because My dad gave me
Man,
50.
at that age.
Yeah, my dad gave me 50K for the first time, and once in my life as pocket money, and I thought I had to give him back change.
Oh.
You know, I was like, it was a lot. Like, I was used between 20 and 10, 20, 30. From the time I was like, I started boarding school. So 100K to buy Christmas presents. And the best part about it is you had to buy Christmas presents for everybody.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not for you. You don't buy for you. I love that so much. So I would set up, they give you 100K and you buy for everybody. So you buy for the kid, you buy for her, you buy for her husband. You see how to split it.
Yeah.
But then you have to remember now, everyone is doing that for you. Then in the morning of Christmas, we woke up, and then you sit before you brush your teeth. Everyone is excited. Everyone wakes up early, sits around the tree.
Yeah.
And then you have all these beautiful cards written to you and all these presents. You have like 5 presents. What?
Wow.
OMG. Yeah, and my cousin is so kind. She's one of the kindest people. So I felt like I belonged. And I am telling you, my softness started from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. My
You let
softness started from there. I became a softer person. My anger started going. I stopped being as rough as I was. Because I stayed with her for a while. Because I went to uni from her place. Then I would come back weekends. It's like, come back, we shop. I should send me money.
Yeah.
I felt I belonged. And I think that's why I have my podcast, Connectivity, because people need to connect. People need to feel like they belong. They can't, because that happened to me. And so from there, I started realizing that I'd changed. I realized, I'm becoming
so from
softer,
from an early age, you started reading yourself.
Yes, I was very aware of who I was, though I wasn't aware of like why I was like that. But I was just realizing, why aren't I like other people? Like, yeah. So then after university, because like even in uni, the first book that I read that I love was The Secret. That helped me realize, oh my God, all these things. Then from there I got an obsession for books and personal development and TED Talks and YouTube, all those things. That helped me realize like my problems, where I was stuck. I did like deep work. And that's when my life started. When I started to understand my patterns, why I was like this, that's when my life started. And so until today, like my mental health is a priority. If I'm going, because I go to the market to shop on Tuesdays.
Yeah.
And my bike guy picks me up at 6:30 a.m. But I have to wake up at 5:30. So at 6:30 I'm a nice person. Okay? And do my rituals and feel my meditate, because I know my mental state is the thing that I'm keeping with me throughout the day. So I have to wake up an hour early to nurture it.
Oh yeah.
Even if I have to wake up really early because I have an early start of the day. Yeah, that's something I don't play with. It's something I don't compromise on, because I know that's the reason why you say good morning to someone and they abuse you. Or you say good morning to someone, they give you a hug and smile at you and actually have a conversation that's going to connect. That's the only piece. So I don't play with that. Yes, my very long answer. So.
It's helpful.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, at some point someone connects from there. They get to also reflect and look at themselves, because these conversations are mirrors.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
If someone wants to connect with you, how do they find you?
Okay, I'm everywhere: Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Rebecca Nanjego. Yeah.
All accounts have Rebecca Nanjego.
That's it.
And you have to talk about your podcast as we sign out.
Yeah.
Where do they find your podcasts? They need to listen to the Connecting Conversations.
So it's everywhere you find podcasts, really. It's called Connectivity, but the T is chai. Yeah, chai. So Connecti, then chai. Yeah. That's why you can find. You'll see my face there, smiling with a cup. Yeah.
Connectivity.
If you enjoy podcasts, it's something that you love.
Right. Thank you so much for giving us your time, giving
You're
us your
welcome.
story, and sharing your vulnerability.
Pleasure. Oh, and lastly, they need to come check out your episode because I hosted her first, guys. I hosted her first, and of course I opened her up because I like vulnerable conversations. It's just speaking about grief and yeah. So
it was actually my first time to really have that.
Yeah.
I felt like I had to let go.
Yeah.
Because I was keeping it for a long time.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that you gave. Yeah. I'm glad that my space gave you that. Yeah.
So thank you so much for the spaces that you create, especially for us from Funa Ampola to get clothes.
Pleasure.
Bringing you these conversations lights me up. Talking about mental health equally does. Nanjego's gems in this conversation are quite a serious take, especially at a time when most of us are drawing on New Year resolutions. And I hope that when you're pursuing, is that the word? When you are pursuing your goals, one of the things or all of the goals that you're focusing on light up your spirit. Thank you for tuning into another episode of Hashtime with Nabuguzi Chwanuka. If you loved what you heard, make sure you subscribe to Hashtime with Nabuguzi Chwanuka in your podcast platform of choice. Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Anchor, Castbox. Castbox is the most recommended podcast platform from my end. It's user friendly. You need to try it out. So make sure you subscribe to the podcast in any of the podcast platforms of your choice, especially Castbox. Wink, wink. And share the conversations with your friends. Share the podcast with your friends. All of us need each other, and these conversations are going to help us thrive in life. Also, feel free to share what connected with you on social media, and be sure to tag us. We are at #WeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWeNoWe HTNK Podcast. HTNK is caps lock and podcast is in small case. You can also reach us on our email, htnkpodcast@gmail.com. Your reviews are welcome. I look forward to hearing from you, and I'll see you in the next episode. And until then, focus on what lights you up.